everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I am safely indoors and I hope you are following the social distancing guidance as well on your end. Today, I'd like to talk to you about dealing with darkness, and the darkness in particular that we'll be focusing on is delay. One of the definitions that I found online as it relates to the definition of delay is a period of time by which something is late or postponed. And darkness, as we've discussed in previous episodes, is the absence of light. So, just starting off with a story. So, the other day I went to London. When I say the other day, I mean like last year. Towards the end of last year, I went to London for a sightseeing trip. My coach back to Leicester was scheduled for 7 p.m. And I arrived at the coach station ready to leave and head back to London, back to Leicester rather. But there had been an issue on the motorway, which meant that a lot of coaches had been delayed. So I was told that my coach would be coming in about an hour and a half. I wasn't very happy at all, as you can imagine. But I had no choice but to wait. So whilst I was waiting, so I was meant to leave at 7 o'clock, but instead I was told that we would have to leave at 8:30 instead. So I had no choice but to wait. However, whilst waiting, I observed that another coach came in at 8 o'clock. And that coach was leaving at 8 o'clock, or 30 minutes before I'd been told. So I tried to get on that coach, but the coach driver refused and advised me that I had to wait for the 8:30 coach. So I went back to waiting. Eventually, 8:30 came. I was able to board the coach, and we headed back to Leicester. And I fell asleep on the coach, as I often do. But when we got into like Leicestershire, I have this internal clock that just sort of wakes me up. And I knew I was in Leicester, so I looked around, and who did I see? And what did I see rather? I saw the coach that had a 30 minutes head start. We were at par, and then we actually left that coach and got to the Leicester coach station before the coach that left at 8 o'clock. So we left at 8:30, and the other coach left at 8, but we still got there before that early coach. So just talk about delay. When a delay arises, there are various feelings that you can experience on the inside of yourself. You could feel like you're on a fast track to nowhere because you're putting in all this effort, but you don't seem to be seeing the results that you're actually looking for. You could feel frustrated because you want to see those results, but yet not seeing the results makes you feel like you're wasting your time. You could also feel a temptation to compare yourself to some other people and what they're doing, what they're achieving. Now, that's a futile attempt because every person is different. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different path. And it really became very apparent to me sometime last year. I noticed that I'd heard about it, but I actually took the time to actually investigate it for myself, that each leaf is different. They might share similarities in colors. However, the pattern, when you look at each leaf, it's actually distinct, very distinct. Like there's subtle differences that appear in each leaf. So you can imagine if each leaf is different, evidently each individual is different. So we might have similarities. We share emotions, similar emotions. We might share similar ambitions. We share similar blood types, things like that. But the unique components within each individual is different. So comparing yourself to another person is a waste of your time. By all means, you could have people that you aspire to be like. You could learn from people. You could have mentors. But comparing yourself to another person is a waste of your time. You might also feel like giving up when you're faced with a delay. And more often than not, the time when will most often feel like giving up is when you're actually on the threshold. But the thing is, you don't actually know that you're on the threshold. But that's the most likely time that you'd actually feel like giving up and throwing things out, just throwing away all your effort that you put into whatever it is that you were chasing. This coronavirus period, In particular, a lot of things have been either delayed or postponed. And I can imagine that out there people would be feeling like, you know what, forget it. But my word to you today is hold on. Hold on. How do you deal with delay? Some things that you could do is have a careful look at the definition of delay, because the definition, as I explained earlier, is it's a period of time by which something is late or postponed. So the key word to look at there is period of time. So nothing lasts forever. Winter does not last forever. Summer does not last forever. Spring does not last forever. Autumn does not last forever. The seasons will change regardless of how long. Sometimes we have a long summer, sometimes we have a long winter, but eventually the seasons will change. So though you might be experiencing a season of delay right now, just hold on. Be aware that when something is late or postponed, it doesn't mean that it's been cancelled. It just means that you might need to just wait a little bit longer. And although you don't actually see it right now, but the process of waiting through a delay actually helps you to build capacity and strength within you. But you don't always see it at the time when you're waiting. But when you come out on the other end, then you'll see actually, I've grown as a person as a result of a delay that I experienced. Another thing to do whilst you're in a position of delay is review your plans, write it down, and see what can be amended. See what if there are any action steps that you can take right now, and take those steps. The key thing during a period of delay is preparation, preparation, preparation. If you're aware that whatever it is you're preparing for has been delayed, it means that it's been postponed. It's late, but it is coming. So because you know it's coming and you know that that time will come, it's incumbent on you. It's your responsibility and my responsibility to prepare for what it is we're waiting for. And whilst in the process of delay, it's important to watch your thoughts, because that's the time when you'll have all these negative whispers telling you to give up, telling you you're worthless, making you look at other people's, or inviting you to look at other people's progress and how you haven't progressed yourself. But remember that when those thoughts come, it's an invitation for you to go down that path of negativity. But the power actually always lies in you. So not every thought that comes into your mind should be explored. If it's a negative thought, recognize it for what it is and choose consciously to discard that thought and focus on things that are lovely, focus on things that are positive, focus on things that are praiseworthy. Look for ways to serve whilst you're waiting, because then that will make you feel useful as a person. So whilst you're waiting, you're preparing for what it is you're waiting for, but you're also looking for ways to serve other people as well. You might need to amend your plans, like I said, but remember that as you're preparing for what you're waiting for, you've been delayed, but you've not been denied. So just keep pushing, keep pressing forward. And as you prepare those extra, you might not see it as extra time, but what happens is, just like when I found out later on that the coach that left 30 minutes earlier, that we actually went past that coach and got to the coach station before the coach that left early. Your preparation has the power to actually bring you up to par with others that you were looking at and thinking they're doing so much better than me. Your preparation has the ability to actually bring you up to par and even take you further. But again, remember, it's futile to compare yourself to somebody else. The important thing is to be the best version of yourself. Okay, I just thought I'd share that with you all today. Please feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, stay positive. Take it easy. Bye.